I had been searching for a residue product for a couple years. I had tried a half a dozen different things, and Peter and I have a very trusted relationship, and Peter's like, you got to try this. And we put it on with some competing products, and we were sold in about 2 weeks because we could see what happened. And Excavator now for me is a grower standard practice.
As most of the country, we deal with residue. So, we're going out, we're getting ready to make some application of Excavator that we can get from Aerostem to help break down the residue there. Not just residue, but then we start getting the nutrients getting released from the residue into our soil.
So we've done some trials. We did a lot of independent research on Excavator, which leads us to believe again why it's such a huge tool for us in the spring. The summary of those findings was the total nutrient value analysis was higher where we utilize Excavator versus untreated. And the thing that I want to draw your attention to is right in here. If you look right in here, this is about 45 days into crop. And that blue line spikes up quite a bit above the red line and shows a significant increase in nutrient availability. The reason I find that to be critical in all crops, especially as we look at corn and soybean, what's happening in those crops about 45 days in to the crop is corn is sitting usually around V6 to V8. Beans are going to get close to the R1 stages. We're seeing a significant demand from that crop for potassium, phosphorus, nitrogen, and other nutrients because it's starting to surge into that reproductive stage. And if we can increase availability of nutrients at that key time, we can positively influence yield. So if we look at nitrogen by itself, you can see here that same pattern, the blue line, as you get into that 45 days or so in, you can see the spike, and we increase nitrogen availability in season. Go to phosphorus. Actually, phosphorus tells a slightly different story. Right from the get-go, very first test taken, there's more phosphorus available early and actually maintains that increased availability all the way through the testing process throughout that season. So Excavator absolutely proved in this case that not only did we increase phosphorus availability over the untreated, but actually increase it throughout the season. The one that really excites me personally is potassium. Every grower out there, no matter where at, struggles with in-season potassium availability. As you can see here, when we get again into that what I call critical time frame, into those reproductive stages for any crop that you're talking about, and we have increased the potassium availability significantly.
In 230 bushel corn stalks, there's over 200 pounds of potassium. I'd really like to have access to that because that potassium is so much better than potash. The phosphorus in there, I can't remember how many pounds of phosphorus are in there, but that phosphorus is so much better than 1152O. That's the nutrition that we want for our crops.
And then the other benefit is we can put our fertilizer out at a much lower use rate. We can cut back 40% and have the same effect as if we were to broadcast 100%. So when you think about it, better stands, then we got more efficient with the use of our fertilizer. It's a win-win.